Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Track Pass live here on NBC Sports Gold. My name is Charlie Krall. We certainly appreciate you joining us for tonight's EDIOS 150 presented by Napa Auto Parts here at Colorado National Speedway. Field now rolling from the grid. First of 3 pace laps before we go rocking and rolling for 150 quick laps around this tight 3/8 mile layout here at Colorado National Speedway. Let's take a quick look at tonight's race analysis for the EDIOS 150 presented by Napa Auto Parts. Again, as I said, 3/8 of a mile. The track distance turns banked 6 to 12 degrees. 6 degrees down on the bottom, 12 degrees all the way up top. 17 previous races here for the West Series since 1995. Tonight's race, 150 laps, 56.2 miles. We're going to do it all in one segment, no breaks. Only ARCA approved tire changes this evening, and this was the site of the closest finish in the history of the NASCAR Gander Outdoor Truck Series. Pretty cool little stat right there, just 1/1000th of a second back in 1995. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Bounty Rookie Spotlight tonight. Driver of the number 99, the EDIOS Toyota, out of Denver, North Carolina. There you see Gracie Trotter. Currently third in the overall ARCA Menards Series West Series points. She is just 27 points behind her teammate Jessie Love. She is the 2019 Winter Heat Champion at Charlotte Motor Speedway. She's got 4 top 5s this season, including a 3rd place finish at Irwindale and a runner-up finish last week at Douglas County. She also turns 19 years of age on Thursday, also the same day as my daughter Samantha's birthday. So happy birthday to both of those young ladies coming up. Let's take a look at the Bounty Rookie standings real quick. Jessie Love leads with 251. Gracie Trotter second at 236. Gio Selzy, Holly Holland, and Jack Wood round out the top 5 in the Bounty Rookie Challenge out here in the ARCA Menards Series West. Let's take a look at our General Tire Pole Award winner tonight. Jessie Love will start P1 this evening. He turned a lap at 16.214 seconds. That's 83.261 miles per hour. It is his 2nd General Tire Pole Award of 2020. Also to go along with the pole award he picked up at Irwindale earlier in the season. He went on to win that race. We'll see if he is able to back up that feat here tonight. Other General Tire Pole Award winners here in 2013 include Blaine Perkins with 3 pole awards. Jessie Love, it's his 2nd pole so far this season, as we mentioned. Sam Mayer and Gio Selzy also picking up single General Tire Pole Awards here in 2020. We're going to look at a couple of female drivers, Holly Holland and Bridget Burgess. Holly with a little bit different look to that number 50 Napa Filters JBL audio ride this week. We get the 2 to go signal here at the stripe. 2 laps, and we will go racing for 150 quick laps around one of the tightest, most demanding tracks on the ARCA Menards Series West circuit. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at our General Tire starting lineup. There you see Jessie Love on the pole, Gracie Trotter outside row number 1. Here's Blaine Perkins, 3-time winner so far in 2020. He's going to start alongside Gio Selzy back in row number 2. How about a great qualifying run by Takuma Koga in that number 77 Toyota. He will start inside row number 3 alongside Trevor Huddleston in the number 6. Jack Wood, there you see Jack in the number 78 Toyota. He will start alongside Todd Souza. Holly Holland, Bridget Burgess back in row number 5, and Bobby Hillis in the number 27 starts all by himself back in row number 6. Want to go signal here at the stripe. We will go racing next time around. Find out if Jessie Love can back up that win from the pole streak that he started at Irwindale Speedway earlier in the season. Also want to keep an eye on that young lady starting outside row number 1. Gracie Trotter looking to become the 2nd female winner in ARCA Menards Series West history. Of course, Haley Deegan picking up a win right here at Colorado National Speedway. Last season, one of 3 career wins for Haley before she made the jump into the ARCA Menards Series. Pace truck is off. Jessie Love, Gracie Trotter bringing the field through turns 3 and 4. Looking at the green flag this time around. It is time to rock, roll, and rumble here at Colorado National Speedway. Green flag is out. We are racing for 150 laps. Jesse Love jumps out to the lead. Side-by-side battle for second. No, Gracie Trotter going to shut that down real quick. She's going to jump out into that second position. Blaine Perkins slotting into third. Takuma Koga looking racy inside of Gio Selzy here to complete lap number 1. Takuma Koga inside Gio Selzy, the first battle for position. Koga down to the inside, Selzy to the outside. Looked like Selzy might have grazed the outside wall right there. Down the backstretch, he's going to fall back into a side-by-side battle with Jack Wood, 5th and 6th. Wood down to the inside in that number 78 car. Gio Selzy rolling the top side of the racetrack using about that 9 degrees of banking there in the middle lane. Ooh, Jack getting a little sideways there coming off of turn 4. He's going to give that spot up to Gio Selzy. Now Todd Souza sneaking down to the inside. Ooh, a little contact right there between Souza and Jack Wood. Two drivers on the opposite end of the age and experience spectrum right there. Youth and exuberance with Jack Wood. Old age and treachery right there with Todd Souza in that number 13, the old grizzled veteran of the ARCA Menards Series West Series. Todd, of course, a former winner, picking up a win at Utah Motorsports Campus back in 2008. There's a look up at the front of the field. Jesse Love got about 2-3 car lengths in hand over Gracie Trotter back in second. It's a little smoke out of the back of that 19 car. We saw that in practice earlier this afternoon. Apparently not hindering Jesse Love at all throughout the course of the race. That Douglas County a couple of weeks ago as well. Ooh, we got a car sideways there off of turn number 2. That's going to bring out the caution flag for the first time here tonight. Bobby Hillis getting turned sideways in that Tucson Speedway, number 27. That will put us under the caution flag for the first time here tonight. Bobby also getting turned sideways in practice earlier this afternoon, so it's been an adventurous day for another one of the grizzled veterans of the ARCA Menards Series West Series. Looks like that car has unfortunately lost the fire under the hood, so he's going to need a little push start to get refired. Been a pretty good season for Bobby Hillis so far. Coming into 2020, he had one previous top 10 finish all the way back in 2001. He's picked up a trio of top 10s so far here in 2020. And there you see on the nose of that Toyota Camry, not quite spelled the same way that Toyota does. That's the way his daughter spells her name. So Bobby Hillis's racing efforts there in honor of his daughter Camry. Good to see a little family affiliation right there as we circulate behind the pace truck for the first time here this afternoon. Jesse Love on top. Gracie Trotter sitting back in that second position. There we see Bobby Hillis rejoining the tail of the field. How about that start by the driver of that number 77 car, back in the 7th position, Takuma Koga, another driver who was struggled a little bit in the early part of 2020, but he has added veteran crew chief Jerry Kinnan to the arsenal for this weekend, and Jerry apparently picking up the performance of that team very quickly. Good to see Tacoma up in the top 5 here in the early going. There's a good shot of Jack Wood, Todd Souza, Trevor Huddleston back in the number 6. 1 to go signal here at the stripe. Field will double up for the restart. Jesse Love electing to restart from the bottom groove. Again, just 6 degrees of banking down on the bottom side of the racetrack, 9 degrees in the middle, 12 all the way up top. One of the first racetracks to have progressive banking throughout the United States. Pace truck is off. Jesse Love, Gracie Trotter bring the field back to green. Blaine Perkins, Takuma Koga back in row number 2. Gio Selzy and Jack Wood back in row 3. Field back into the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway here in the Etios 150 at Colorado National Speedway. Jesse Love again with the advantage off of turns 1 and 2. Gracie Trotter going to slot right back in. There you see a little paint swapping between Gio Selzy and Takuma Koga. Selzy down to the bottom side of the racetrack here on this restart. Takuma Koga slamming the door on Todd Souza right there. A little contact. You see the damage to the right front nose of the number 13 for Todd Souza. Koga really forcing his way to the bottom side of the racetrack. Aggressive move from Takuma Koga, not wanting to give up any track position here in the early going at Colorado National. Koga giving up that 4th position to Gio Scelzi, slotting into 5th, right in front of Jack Wood. Blaine Perkins, the leading winner so far here in the ARCA Menards Series West Series in 2020, picking up a trio of victories. First win of the season came down at Utah Motorsports Campus, and he swept the weekend a couple of weeks ago at Evergreen Speedway and Douglas County Speedway. Most recent winner on tour, Blaine Perkins, coming into tonight's race at Colorado National with a big head of steam, a lot of momentum for that number 19, owned by Bob Brancati. Gio Scelzi also coming off a great weekend up in the Pacific Northwest. You see that battle for 5th and 6th. Takuma Koga holding on to 5th. Jack Wood, he's wanting to sneak up into that top 5, trying to find some racing room on Takuma Koga. Wood making just his 5th appearance here in the ARCA Menards Series West so far in 2020. Trying to dip the nose to the inside. Koga not able to keep that car down right on the bottom side of the racetrack. Jack Wood's car turning a little bit better through the center of the corner. He's again going to dip to the inside, down into turns 1 and 2. Jack Wood with the preferred groove down into turns 1 and 2. Let's see if he can close the deal down the backstretch. Wood side by side with Takuma Koga off into turns 3 and 4. Let's see if Todd Souza is able to follow through as well. Takuma Koga hung out to dry on the top side of the racetrack. He's going to drop all the way back into that 9th position if he's not careful. Yeah, Holly Holland going to come through as well. Takuma Koga getting freight trained. They're on lap 20. See one car off the pace, Bobby Hillis to the top side of the racetrack down in turns 1 and 2. He will make the right-hand turn. You saw it right there at the top of turn 2. That's where these race teams will be going out to pit road should they so need it. Looks like Bobby Hillis will make that hard right-hand turn and take his car back to the pit area. Unfortunate early night for the veteran driver in the number 27. Top 4 cars on your screen right there. There's Gio Scelzi. Gio picked up his first General Tire Pole Award of the year at Douglas County in the last race. Went on to finish 4th. Tied his season best. The 3rd place run the night before up at Evergreen Speedway. Gio making the transition from dirt sprint car racing to these big heavy ARCA Menards Series full-bodied stock cars. Doing pretty good so far. He's had 4 top 5 finishes so far here in 2020. So Gio Scelzi adapting very quickly to racing on pavement. You see that battle for the 5th, 6th, and 7th positions. Jack Wood holding on to the 5th spot. Todd Souza back in 6th. Souza had a tough night at Douglas County a couple of weeks ago. Picked up some damage midway through the race, had to make a pit stop for repairs, lost a handful of laps, and ended up finishing 11th. First finish outside of the top 10 for the driver with Central Coast Cabinets Toyota. It's a teasing Todd a little bit. He's the same age as I am, so we're both the grizzled veterans here of the ARCA Menards Series West. Chief Michael Munoz keeping that car running pretty well throughout the course of 2020. 5 top 10s in the 6 previous races here so far in 2020 has Todd well up in the point standings. 7th in the standings coming into this one here tonight. There's Trevor Huddleston trying to sneak the nose of the number 16 Sunrise Ford down to the inside. Todd Souza there through turns 1 and 2, now over in turns 3 and 4. Looks like Huddleston's got that car running very well here in the early going. Crew Chief Bill Sedgwick getting that car tuned very, very well. Of course, Sedgwick with a lot of experience as a driver here as well. Sedgwick, a former series champion. Trevor Huddleston trying to find some racing room. Looks like Souza's got that car turning very well as well. Able to keep those left side General tires down on that white line in turns 1 and 2. There's Huddleston sneaking in just a little bit. Ooh, Souza kicking that car out sideways. Starting to hustle that machine a little bit. He really wants to keep Huddleston behind him here in the early going. 30 laps in of the 150 scheduled here tonight in the EDS 150. Huddleston didn't quite have the qualifying run that he was looking for earlier this afternoon. Started back outside of row number 3. Expect Trevor to start a little bit closer to the front in these ARCA Menards Series West races, but that car apparently coming to him the longer we get into this green flag run. Souza still able to keep Huddleston behind him. Nose to tail down the backstretch. There you see that damage that Souza picked up racing with Takuma Koga on that restart. There we see a move. Blaine Perkins taking over that second position from Gracie Trotter. Trotter looking for career win number 1. That's where Blaine Perkins was entering this season. He's picked up a trio of victories so far here this year. He's pushed Gracie back into that third position. Now she's got her hands full with her teammate, Gio Selzy, as the 2 Bill McAnally racing drivers go nose to tail off into turns 3 and 4. Looks like Gracie's car not handling quite like she needs it to. Drifting up to the outside middle groove there in turns 3 and 4. There you see Gio Selzy. He's able to keep those left side tires right down on that white line. Selzy's car looking good here in the early going. He's closing in on the back bumper with trying to make it a race for that third position between himself and teammate Gracie Trotter. Trotter trying to follow in the footsteps of Haley Deegan, winner here last season. Haley became the first female winner in a NASCAR touring series in nearly 30 years. The previous female driver, the only previous female driver to go to victory lane in a NASCAR touring series event, Shauna Robinson, back in the late 1980s. In the now defunct NASCAR Dash Series. Those were 4-cylinder and 6-cylinder race cars that raced mainly on the short tracks of the Southeast. Haley Deegan picking up a trio of victories. All of them with a last lap bump and run pass. How about that? We see the caution flag coming out for the second time here this afternoon. Second caution flag of the night. Going to put us behind the pace truck one more time. Here's leader Jesse Love just in front of Blaine Perkins. Gracie Trotter, Gio Selzy, and Jack Wood, the top 5. We got a little debris over at the top of turns 1 and 2. So we send the safety truck out there to pick that up. Somebody has been shedding some race car pieces over there in turns 1 and 2. Good job by the safety crew there to get that picked up. No, that's actually over in turns 3 and 4. "39 laps in the books, working lap 40. We'll have 110 to go this time around. Jesse Love living large and in charge so far. He's led all now 40 laps from the General Tire pole. Looking for win number 3. And, more importantly, looking to extend that points lead over Blaine Perkins. Jesse went into last weekend, actually a couple of weekends ago, he went into the doubleheader weekend at Evergreen Speedway and Douglas County Speedway with a 19-point lead over Blaine Perkins, and he left with a 1-point lead. Blaine sweeping the weekend, and with all the bonus points involved and Jesse finishing back in the 3rd and 4th positions, Blaine able to knock 18 points off of that points lead in just one weekend. So Jesse looking to kind of regroup and rebuild that points lead here this weekend. Already picking up 1 bonus point for that General Tire pole award in qualifying earlier this afternoon. And it looks like we're coming to the 1 to go signal. Field now doubling up for the restart. And again, Jesse Love, no surprise. He's going to elect to restart from the bottom groove. Blaine Perkins up to the outside. Gracie Trotter, Gio Selzy back in row number 2. Jack Wood Trevor Huddleston back in row 3. Holly Holland, Takuma Koga back in row 4. Bridget Burgess all by herself back in row number 5. Looks like Todd Souza has pulled off the racetrack. There you see Todd rejoining the field in the number 13. Pace truck is off. Field now in the control of Jesse Love. Green flag back out, and we are back racing here at Colorado National Speedway. Blaine Perkins trying to stay side by side with Jesse Love through turns 1 and 2, not able to make it happen. Let's see if, yeah, he's going to slam that door shut. Ooh, even trying to sneak to the inside of Jesse Love through turns 3 and 4. Little contact there. Love able to squirt out and retake the lead. Blaine Perkins not wanting to give it up. He is all over the back bumper of Jesse Love through turns 1 and 2. He's got a lot of heat on the back door as well. Gracie Trotter to the inside. Gio Scelzi to the outside. Those two Bill McAnally Racing teammates swapping some paint through turns 3 and 4. Trotter down to the inside. She's trying to capitalize on this restart and hold on to that third position, but Gio Scelzi rolling the top side pretty well in that number 16. Trotter digging hard. There you see her sawing on the steering wheel off of turn 4, trying to hold on to that third position. Scelzi with the advantage down into turns 1 and 2. Scelzi rolling the top side. He is going to clear. Looks like he's going to clear. Gracie Trotter off into turns 3 and 4. Indeed. Gio Scelzi taking over that third position through turns 3 and 4. Now Trotter has her hands full with Jack Wood knocking on the back door. Front 5, nose to tail off of turn 2. Gracie Trotter reloading, trying to re-attack. Gio Scelzi there through turns 3 and 4, poking the nose down to the inside. Nothing doing. Gio Scelzi able to hold on to that third position. Getting a little bit of breathing room over Gracie Trotter in that battle for that third spot. Jesse Love got about a 5-car length lead now over Blaine Perkins in second. Blaine looks like he's got about 5 car lengths in hand over that battle for third between Gio Scelzi and Gracie Trotter. Here's a look at Holly Holland back there fighting with Trevor Huddleston. Looks like Holly's having a good run so far here tonight. That battle for third and fourth. Gio Scelzi currently in that third position. Gracie Trotter back in fourth. Gracie sawing on that steering wheel. That car not quite handling the way that she wants it here as we approach the middle stages of tonight's 150 lapper. 1/3 of the way through, 51 laps now in the books. Working lap 52. That battle between Holly Holland and Trevor Huddleston. Holly with a great run so far here tonight. She picked up her career best at Douglas County when she finished 6th. Trying to better that here tonight. Sitting in that 7th position. Trevor Huddleston back in 8th. Holly with a new look paint job here tonight. We've seen that car in the bright orange JBL audio colors throughout most of the 2020 season. Go with the black and yellow Napa Filters look here tonight. She'll carry those colors to a season best finish here tonight. There you see that battle for fourth now. Gio Scelzi breaking away from Gracie Trotter. Gracie now locked in battle with Jack Wood. Jack in the number 78 Velocity Racing Toyota. 5 top 10s and 10 career starts for Jack Wood. Still looking for that first ever top 5 finish. Knocking on the door here tonight. Sitting in that 5th spot. Working on the back bumper of Gracie Trotter pretty hard there through turns 1 and 2. Not a lot of room between those two race cars. Again, Gracie Trotter sawing on the steering wheel of that Ineos Toyota for Bill McAnally Racing. Opened up a pretty big gap on Holly Holland. Sitting in that 7th spot. Holly's being worked over pretty hard there by Trevor Huddleston. There you see the bump and run. Huddleston moving Holly Holland out of the way. A little damage to the left rear corner of that number 50. Trevor Huddleston, an aggressive move, trying to make his way back up through the field. Huddleston, a three-time champion in the late model division down at Irwindale Speedway. Of course, his dad, Tim, general manager of that facility now. His dad, also a former champion at Irwindale Speedway as well, so carrying on the family tradition. Trying to catch up to this battle for 4th and 5th. Gracie Trotter holding on to that 4th position. Making the transition from Legends car racing into full-bodied stock car racing. Also a part of the Rev Racing driver development program. Let's take a look. Look at that right there. A lot of body flex. That 5-star body doing its job on Holly Holland's number 50. Some aggressive moves from Trevor Huddleston right there. Trying to shove his way up into that 6th position. Camera work right there by our crew. As I was saying, Gracie Trotter making that transition from Legends car racing into full-bodied stock car racing. She was the 2019 Winter Heat champion at Charlotte Motor Speedway last season. Did a great job here in her rookie year in the ARCA Menards Series West. Sitting second in those bottom rookie standings. You see Todd Souza going back to battle with Takuma Koga. We saw those drivers get into it a little bit earlier here this afternoon. Apparently Todd Souza coming down pit road to effect some repairs to the nose of that automobile. There you see that damage to the right front corner. He's going to go back to this battle for 4th between Gracie Trotter and Jack Wood. Jack still not giving up. He's trying to find a way around Gracie Trotter. Jack looking for his first career top 5 finish here tonight. Close in on the halfway point. 66 laps go up on the scoreboard this time around. 9 laps to go until we get to that halfway point. Oh, Gracie Trotter sliding that car that time around through turns 3 and 4. You can see her fighting that steering wheel. That's going to allow Jack Wood to dip down to the inside, off into turns 1 and 2. Jack Wood automobile handling a lot better than Gracie Trotter's car right now. Gracie trying her best to fight off that advance by Jack Wood, but pretty much unchallenged. Moved Jack Wood into 4th. Gracie Trotter back to 5th. As we approach the midway point here at Colorado National Speedway. Keep closing in on Bridget Burgess in the number 88 automobile. Bridget looking for her second top 10 finish of the 2020 season. Bridget driving a family-owned automobile. Her mom, Sarah, team owner and crew chief. Family-owned operation coming out of Twilla, Utah to join us most weeks here on the ARCA Menards Series West. There we see a replay of that move. Jack Wood overtaking Gracie Trotter to take over that 4th position. Gracie Trotter started second here tonight. That car not quite handling the way that she needs it to. Giving up a lot of ground here as she saws on that steering wheel. Trying to hold on to a top 5 spot here in the Ineos 150. Trevor Huddleston in that number 6, slowly starting to reel in Gracie Trotter as we approach the midway point. It's a little tire mark on the left side there of Jack Wood's automobile. It's battle scars. A couple of these restarts that we've had so far tonight been pretty intense. There we see up at the front of the field, no pressure at all for Jesse Love as he's logging some laps in that number 19. Of course, that is the car that went to victory lane here last season. Haley Deegan behind the wheel. She moved that car out of the way, the number 16 last year. Moved her teammate out of the way on the last lap. Pulled off the victory as we work lap 75. This time around, we will see the cross flags halfway home in the Ineos 150 as Blaine Perkins tries to track down Jesse Love. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it happen, at least not this lap. Jesse Love will pick up that bonus from Richmond Water Heaters. the halfway point here tonight. While we're talking about it, he has put Takuma Koga a lap down. While we're talking about it, why don't we go ahead and give you the Richmond Water Heaters midway recap. Of course, Jesse Love leading all 76 laps from the General Tire Pole Award. He had a couple of cautions here tonight. One for a spin by Bobby Hillis, the other for some debris over in turns 3 and 4. Other than that, been clean and green so far. We see Blaine Perkins now work to the inside of Takuma Koga. Takuma had a great qualifying run, but a little bump and run there with Todd Souza and getting shoved out of the way on a restart kind of derailed his night. Still, good shot at a top 10 run for Takuma Koga here tonight. There's the gap between Jesse Love and Blaine Perkins, almost the distance of the back straightaway. Jesse Love had an impressive season, just 15 years of age, out of Agoura Hills, California. Picking up a pair of victories so far, and actually the first 4 races of the season, he finished first, and second. Not too shabby for a young man making his initial starts in full-bodied stock car racing. Gio Scelzi, Gio the son of 4-time NHRA drag racing champion Gary Scelzi, also the younger brother of Dominic Scelzi. Dominic in action tonight with the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars. That's also where Gio comes from. Gio is actually the youngest ever winner in the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series, picking up a big win at Williams Grove Speedway a couple of years ago at the age of 16. It's incredibly difficult to win a World of Outlaws race when you're not 16 years of age. Very impressive feat for that young man going to victory lane at Williams Grove Speedway. There's that battle for 4th and 5th. Looks like Gracie Trotter kind of regrouping there a little bit, closing in on Jack Wood in that number 78 automobile. Gracie Trotter trying to stay up in that top 5. She's already got a handful of top 5 finishes so far here in 2020. I gotta make sure I get the hometown right for Jesse Love, actually out of Menlo Park, California, Agoura Hills. Make sure we get that right, Charlie. 85 laps in the books, working lap 86 here at Colorado National Speedway. You're watching Gracie Trotter try to retake that 4th position. Maybe try to use a little lap traffic there. Ooh, Takuma Koga right there, going to slow the momentum for Jack Wood just a touch. Nothing doing there. Gracie Trotter can't find the lane around the top side. She's going to have to fall back in line. Drop back into that 5th position, but she has gapped Trevor Huddleston just a little bit. Looked like Huddleston was starting to close the gap a little bit a few laps ago. They've reopened that gap. About a 1.5 seconds in hand over Trevor Huddleston. There you see Trevor at the top of the screen. In that number 6 Sunrise 4 for team owner Bob Brancotti. Trevor picking up a pair of victories last season at his home track, Irwindale Speedway. Also backed it up with a win at Evergreen Speedway, as we see Jesse Love working some lap traffic. There's Todd Souza to the outside in that number 13. Blaine Perkins starting to reel him in ever so slightly. About a 1.25 seconds the difference between 1st and 2nd. He's got a race car between Jesse Love and Blaine Perkins, but we'll assume that Blaine is able to work that lap car of Todd Souza and rejoin that battle. There we see Gracie Trotter. Looks like Gracie's car starting to come to her a little bit. She's down to the inside of Jack Wood, down into turns 1 and 2, side by side and door to door. Gracie's car down on the bottom side of the racetrack, not able to quite make it stick this time around, but that car was pretty ill handling about 25 laps ago, so apparently it coming back to Gracie as we've got a long green flag run here as we approach the 100 lap mark. 91 laps in the books, working lap 92, 108 laps to go here at Colorado National Speedway. Actually make that 58 laps to go. Math was never my strong suit, folks. Gracie Jack Wood able to hold on to that top, actually the 4th position, keeping Gracie Trotter at bay. Jack also running some super late model events throughout the state of California. Let's take a look at that battle between Gracie Trotter and Jack Wood. Gracie's able to turn that car pretty well now. She was sawing that steering wheel earlier. So that car looking a lot smoother through the turns. Able to poke the nose under Jack there in the battle for that 4th position. Then we see Bridget Burgess to the top side of the racetrack. Looks like she's going to impede this battle at all. Giving these drivers lots of room. There we see Jesse Love has reopened the full straightaway advantage over Blaine Perkins back in 2nd. Blaine's had a pretty solid season to this point. Picking up his first career win at Utah Motorsports Campus, led every lap on his way to victory around that demanding 2.5-mile road course. He backed it up with a weekend sweep up at Evergreen Speedway and Douglas County Speedway. Making the transition from late model racing. He actually was a full-time competitor here in the ARCA Menards Series West back in 2016 and 2017. Went back and ran a couple of seasons of super late model racing and then rejoined the Sunrise Ford racing team. A pretty solid season to this point. There we see that battle continuing to wage on between Jack Wood and Gracie Trotter. And again, you can't take Trevor Huddleston out of the mix. Trevor's stalking these drivers as they battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Gracie Trotter, our Bounty Rookie Spotlight driver here this evening. Currently sitting 2nd in Bounty Rookie Challenge standings. Trevor Huddleston starting to reel Gracie Trotter in. So Gracie made a run at Jack. Made a run at Jack Wood a couple of laps ago. Might have gotten those General tires a little too warm. Looks like she's going to give up a little ground to Jack Wood and maybe allow Trevor Huddleston to close in just a little bit. About 15 car lengths back of Gracie Trotter as they work their way off into turns 3 and 4. Jack Wood continuing to hold on to that 4th position. Gracie Trotter back in 5th. She's following in those tire tracks. There you can see Jack Wood able to keep that car right down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Gracie's got to let that car drift up into that middle groove. That car's still not quite handling exactly the way she would like it to if she's going to get up there and battle Jack for that 4th position. Gracie Trotter currently 3rd in ARCA Menards Series West standings. 27 points behind leader Jesse Love. And there you see current ARCA Menards Series West standings leader Jesse Love. Also the race leader here tonight. Jesse's led all 105 laps. He's led from the General Tire pole. Hasn't been challenged hardly at all tonight. Can Blaine Perkins make a run? We will see. We've got 44 laps to settle it here in the Ineos 150 presented by Napa Auto Parts. Certainly appreciate you joining us here on Track Pass on NBC Sports Gold and on NBCSN. There you see that smoke. We've seen that smoke out of that number 19 car the last couple of weekends. Doesn't seem to impede the performance of this automobile one bit. Jesse Love having it his way here tonight as we see the caution flag come out for the 3rd time here this evening. It's exactly what Blaine Perkins was looking for. This is going to give him a shot to lock and load for another run at the lead. And if you remember what happened at Irwindale Speedway a couple of months ago, a couple of late race cautions almost took Jesse Love out of that victory and almost allowed Trevor Huddleston to walk away with the win. So we'll see what happens here as we've we're going to have a restart with about 35 laps to go. There you see the safety truck making its way out onto the racetrack. Apparently some more debris down into turns 1 and 2. Jesse Love, Blaine Perkins, Gio Scelzi, Jack Wood, and Gracie Trotter, your top 5. There you see Todd Souza. He will pick up the free pass. Rejoin the tail end of the lead lap. Coming across to complete lap 110 here in the Ineos 150 this time around. Those restarts back in the first third of the race were a little intense. I have a feeling we're going to see that intensity level ratchet up just a bit here as a couple of these drivers realize this could be their last shot at getting up there and fighting for the win. I think we're going to see Blaine Perkins drive it pretty hard off into turns 1 and 2. I think we're going to see Gio Scelzi drive it pretty hard in turns 1 and 2. And I think we're going to see Trevor Huddleston drive it pretty hard off into turns 1 and 2. We're a couple of laps of finding out. There's a good look at Todd Souza in that number 13 Central Coast Cabinets Toyota. That car owned by his wife Kelly. And they are down a crew member here this week. Their son Cody normally comes to the racetrack and serves as a tire specialist. Cody's also a firefighter in their hometown, and Cody has been out all across the state of California fighting the numerous wildfires that are scorching parts of California. So, and there you see that flag, that logo on the bottom of the hood right there. Of course, that is a tribute to their son Cody and all of the firefighters out there putting it all on the line to make sure everybody else stays safe out in the Golden State. So, Cody, hey, appreciate your service. Wish you were here with us. We look forward to having you back at the racetrack soon. There you see Blaine Perkins got a trio of win stickers up next to his name, looking for the 4th one. Can he pull it off here at Colorado National Speedway? We're going to be about 35 laps away from finding out once we get everything back ready to go. Actually, we're going to get the 1-to-go signal this time around, so we're going to have 37 laps to settle it here in the Ineos 150. Jesse Love again electing to restart from the bottom side of the racetrack. Blaine Perkins to the outside. Row 2, Gio Scelzi and Jack Wood. Row 3, it's going to be Gracie Trotter and Trevor Huddleston. Row 4, Holly Holland, Takuma Koga. Bridget Burgess and Todd Souza back in row 5. Of course, Souza picking up the free pass. He's got to start at the tail of the field. Pace truck is in, green flag's back in the air, and we are back racing at Colorado National Speedway. Swapping some paint off into turns 1 and 2. Blaine Perkins not wanting to give everything up. Here comes Gio Scelzi looking to make it 3 wide. Perkins getting a little loose off into turns 3 and 4. Scelzi looking for some racing room down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Jesse Love able to pull away and hold on to the lead. Perkins down to the bottom of the racetrack. Just as anticipated, that was a pretty crazy restart. Can Blaine Perkins stay with Jesse Love? Perkins looking to the inside of the racetrack, trying to put the bumper to Jesse Love, not close enough to make it happen. Love now working the top side of the racetrack off into turns 1 and 2, tantalizingly leaving that bottom side open for Blaine Perkins. Perkins not able to stick the nose in there just yet. Perkins now closing in right on the back bumper through turns 3 and 4. Love able to pull off a 2-car length lead down the front stretch. Let's take a look at that restart as they make their way off into turns 1 and 2. There we see Takuma Koga bouncing off the outside wall right underneath the flag stand. Crazy restart. Slip and slide, dip and dive. There we see Blaine Perkins again trying to stick the nose down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Almost some contact between our leader and second place, Blaine Perkins. These two drivers have dominated the ARCA Menards Series West here in 2020. Can Perkins get up there and maybe move Jesse Love out of the way? Not going to happen this time around. Love with a 1-car length lead down the backstretch. Again, Perkins diving that car into the bottom side of the racetrack. Not going to make it stick this time around. He is all over the back bumper as they race their way off turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch. Jesse Love coming to 30 laps to go. This time around, Love not able to keep that car to the bottom side of the racetrack. Gio Scelzi also staying in contact. Top 3 drivers, 1, 2, 3, nose to tail as they work their way down the backstretch. There you see the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. These drivers also nose to tail. Jack Wood, Gracie Trotter, Trevor Huddleston. Good racing all throughout the front of the field here at Colorado National. There we see the bumper between Blaine Perkins. They're hooked together. Perkins getting into Jesse Love. That's going to open the door for Gio Scelzi. Scelzi sneaking to the bottom side of the racetrack. Scelzi taking over that 2nd spot. He's inside Jesse Love off into turns 1 and 2. Where did Gio Scelzi come from? Side by side off of turn 2. Scelzi with the nose in front. Can he get the advantage off of turns 3 and 4? Love to the top side of the racetrack, driving it hard. Again, Scelzi to the bottom side of the racetrack. Can he put the power down of that number 16 Napa Auto Parts Toyota? Still side by side for the lead. Scelzi to the inside, Jesse Love to the outside. Give it to Love by a nose across the stripe. But again, Scelzi digging hard to the bottom side of the racetrack. These two teammates driving each other pretty clean. Love is going to sneak out and retake the lead. Jesse Love retakes the lead. Gio Scelzi back in 2nd. Wow, some intense action there as Blaine Perkins getting into the side of Jesse Love, pushing him up the racetrack. Gio Scelzi capitalizing, sliding into that 2nd spot, not quite able to sneak underneath Jesse Love and take over the lead, but Love not able to keep that car to the bottom side of the racetrack. Let's take a look at what happened. There you see Blaine Perkins trying to move Jesse Love out of the way, but Love, that momentum just stopped and Perkins had nowhere to go. Look at that damage to the right front corner of that number 9 automobile as the caution flag coming out for the 4th time here this afternoon. Wow, time to regroup. There we see, looks like flat right front for Todd Souza. Sparks coming out from underneath that number 13 Central Coast Cabinets Toyota. He's going to take that machine off the top of the racetrack. Second consecutive race for Todd that he's had to pull off the racetrack and make an unscheduled pit stop after a very impressive 5 consecutive top 10 finishes to start the season. Been a couple of tough weeks for Todd Souza and that Michael Munoz-led crew, so we'll see if they're able to regroup and get him back out onto the racetrack for the final 20 laps here in the Ineos 150 presented by Napa Auto Parts. I need to catch my breath, folks. That was some intense racing up at the front of the field. Jesse Love, Blaine Perkins getting into it. Perkins coming away worse for the wear. Damage to the right front of that automobile. There we see Todd Souza rejoining. Some fresh rubber on the right side of that automobile. Whew, that was some pretty intense stuff. Let's see what Gio Scelzi has here on this restart. He's going to probably have to be up to the top side of the racetrack. That car handling very well to the bottom of the racetrack. Let's see if he's able to make the top side work. There you see that damage to the front nose, right front corner of the Blaine Perkins automobile. That's not going to do him any favors as he tries to get in and mix it up for the win here tonight. Pretty solid contact with the left rear tire of Jesse Love. Haven't seen any smoke off of that left rear tire, so Jesse should be good to go, but a lot of damage to the nose of that number 9 4-star Fruit Ford for Blaine Perkins. Also see that his teammate, Trevor Huddleston, has made his way up into the 4th position, somehow able to work his way past both Jack Wood and Gracie Trotter. We also see Holly Holland up into the 5th position, so apparently must not have seen it on camera, but apparently Gracie Trotter and Jack Wood must have got into it a little bit, and they have given up a couple of positions as they battled for 4th and 5th. Field continuing to circulate under the caution flag. .131 laps complete, 19 laps to go. So great run for Holly Holland here tonight, coming off a career best 6th place finish a couple of races ago. Looking for career first top 5. Had a nice chat with Holly the other day. Caught her right before she went into the gym, taking her rookie season here in the ARCA Menards Series West very seriously, making the transition from the open wheel world, the dirt open wheel world, no less, over in the great state of Oklahoma. Of course, a 3rd generation racer following in the footsteps of her father, Harley Holland. Didn't have any pavement experience at all before 2020 came along, and she has gotten into this car. And the improvement that we've seen out of that young lady from the first race of the season, actually her first race was the ARCA Menards Series East opener down at New Smyrna Speedway. The improvement we've seen from that race to this race has been dramatic. Great run here tonight by Holly Holland in that number 50. Also great season by this young lady in the number 99, and there you see a little damage to the left rear corner. We talked about there might have been a little paint swapping between she and Jack Wood, and I think that just confirms it right there. Gracie Trotter with a little damage to the bumper on that number 99 automobile. That is undoubtedly why Trevor Huddleston and Holly Holland were able to sneak by and push her and Jack Wood outside the top 5. 1 to go signal here at the stripe. We will go back racing with 16 laps to go. You thought that last restart was intense. Boy, I need to take a deep breath. I think we're going to see a lot of intense action here on this restart. Jesse Love to the inside, Gio Selzy to the outside. A pair of Bill McAnally Racing teammates up on the front row. A pair of Sunrise Ford Racing teammates back in row number 2. Blaine Perkins and Trevor Huddleston in row 2. Holly Holland and Jack Wood back in row 3. Pace truck is off. We are about to settle it with 16 laps to go here in the Ineos 150. Green flag back in the air, and we are racing at Colorado National Speedway, the dash to the checkered. Let's see if Gio Selzy is able to make a run at it here as they roll off into turns 1 and 2. Selzy drifts up the racetrack. Blaine Perkins down to the inside. He's going to retake that 2nd position. Selzy trying to slam the door shut on Trevor Huddleston as they battle for 3rd. Huddleston getting into the left rear of Gio Selzy as they go off into turns 3 and 4. Now Selzy claiming that 3rd position as they battle for 5th right behind. Holly Holland to the inside, Jack Wood to the outside. Holland trying to hold on to that 5th position and claim her first career top 5 finish. Jack Wood to the outside. Seems like Jack has been in battle all night long as they get a little sideways as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. Wood drifting to the top side of the racetrack. That's going to allow Gracie Trotter back to the inside. Trotter trying to shove her way back up into the top 5. She's going to drive Jack up the racetrack just a little bit as they work their way off into turns 1 and 2. There you see the battle for the lead. Blaine Perkins now locked and loaded. Can he get up there and fight with Jesse Love? We're coming to 12 to go this time around. 138 laps in the books, 12 to go. Again, Blaine Perkins using the bumper to get underneath Jesse Love off of turn 2. They're slamming each other down the backstretch, trading pain off into turns 3 and 4. Can Gio Selzy sneak in there and make it a 3-way battle for the lead? Again, knocking fenders off into turns 1 and 2. Blaine Perkins trying to take over the top spot. Perkins drifting Jesse Love up the racetrack. Ooh, they come together. Jesse Love hooking. Looks like he almost hooked Blaine Perkins there off into turns 3 and 4. Didn't have anywhere to go. Perkins pushing him up the racetrack. That's going to allow Gio Selzy to take over the top, that 2nd spot. Can Selzy get in there and fight with Blaine Perkins for the top spot here at Colorado National? We've got 10 laps to go. Intense action up here at the front of the field. Blaine Perkins with the lead, Gio Selzy in second. I think we got a pretty angry Jesse Love now back into third. Looks like Jesse Love almost got into that right rear corner of Blaine Perkins as they made their way off into turns 3 and 4, almost turning Perkins sideways. There you see a little bumper between Jesse Love and Gio Selzy off of turn 2. Love back into the second spot. Those two teammates coming together a little bit. Intensity ratcheting up here in the Ineos 150. Selzy now trying to hold on to that third position. Trevor Huddleston down to the inside. Huddleston side by side down the backstretch. Looks like he's going to take over that third position. Gio Selzy fighting back on the top side. There you see side by side battle behind him. Fifth and sixth in question. Holly Holland to the inside. Gracie Trotter to the outside. 5 laps to go this time around. Trevor Huddleston trying to work over Gio Selzy to take over that third spot. Selzy by a nose here at start finish. Give Gracie Trotter the 5th position by a nose that time around. Ooh, Trevor Huddleston off the pace in the number 6. Huddleston was fighting for third. That car is off the pace with 5 laps to go. And there you see Jesse Love has caught back up to Blaine Perkins. Will he return the favor with 4 to go? Coming to 3 laps to go this time around. Jesse Love closing in on Blaine Perkins. He moves him up the racetrack. Sliding off of turn 4, Love with the lead by a nose, and Holly Holland gets turned sideways. Caution flag is out with a couple of laps to go. Oh my goodness. Action is off the hook here at Colorado National Speedway. Holly Holland fighting for her first career top 5 finish. She's going to get turned sideways as Jesse Love retakes the lead. They were coming to the white flag. Wow. Ill-timed caution flag for Jesse Love. He's going to have to fight off a very hungry Blaine Perkins. Let's take a look at that action. There you see the battle for the lead. Jesse drifting up the racetrack, and just behind him looked like Jack Wood and Holly Holland coming together. Oh, tough way to end that hunt for Holly Holland's first top 5 finish here tonight. Gotta wonder what the heart rate is inside of those cockpits up at the front of the field here tonight. The heartbeat racing and about to jump out of their chest, or are these drivers calm, cool, and collected? I think we had a pretty angry Jesse Love there for a few laps, but now that he's regrouped or retaken the lead, maybe he's calmed down a little bit. He's gonna have to get a great restart here if he wants to keep Blaine Perkins behind him. Perkins been very aggressive here late in the race. Not afraid to trade a little paint. If these two get to knocking fenders, Gio Selzy will be right there in the mix as we get the 1 to go signal. Overtime finish here at the Ineos 150. We had an overtime finish last year with a bump and run on the last lap. Haley Deegan moved Derek Kraus on the last lap to win here last season. Will we see a repeat? Jesse Love, Blaine Perkins up in the front row. Gio Selzy, Gracie Trotter back in row 2. Pace truck is off. We're going to have 2 quick laps to settle it here at Colorado National Speedway. Jesse Love, Blaine Perkins on the front row, coming into the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. We are racing for a 2-lap dash to the checkered. Perkins diving to the inside of the racetrack. Gonna lay the bumper to Jesse Love through turns 1 and 2. Can't make it happen. Love darts out to the lead. Coming to the white flag this time around. Jesse Love with the 4-car length lead, making a 6-car length lead. White flag in the air. Final lap here at Colorado National. Love with the advantage over Blaine Perkins. Side-by-side battle for third. Gio Scelzi, Gracie Trotter making their way through turns 3 and 4. Last lap effort by Blaine Perkins. Not going to make it happen. Jesse Love picking up the win here at Colorado National. Third win of the season for the driver, that number 19 Napa Power Premium Plus Toyota for Bill McAnally Racing. Showing the battle scars of a hard-fought 150-lapper here at Colorado National Speedway tonight, picking up his third win of the season. Blaine Perkins coming across the stripe in second. Fantastic job by Jesse Love tonight to pick up his third win of the season and extend that points lead here in the ARCA Menards Series West. Here you see the window net coming down. Here, a good shot of the battle scars on the second place finisher, Blaine Perkins, here tonight. Another great run by Gio Scelzi coming across the stripe in third, matching a career best finish. Oh, Gio Scelzi had that first career victory in sight tonight. See a little look of disappointment on that young man's face as he comes across in third. Good racing between these drivers up at the front of the field. Congratulating Blaine Perkins on picking up a second place finish here tonight. I think they're talking about a little contact right there, just reading the body language as Jesse Love has rejoined everybody down on the front stretch. Picking up the third checkered flag of the 2020 season. Just 15 years of age. Out of Menlo Park, California. They call him the Hammer, Jesse Love. Your current ARCA Menards Series West Championship leader, taking the helmet off. About to climb out and celebrate. Win number 3. Second consecutive season. That number 19 car has parked itself down in victory lane.
Comes and takes a hat from you.
We'll see if we can grab a quick word with Jesse Love here in just a moment.
Oh, look at this. Destiny has come out and she has got hardware. Thank you to everybody who did show up here today. Of course, we have been proving over the summer, it's been hot, it's been fire danger everywhere, but everybody has always played nice. We played great together here.
Hey, Bob, can you help me move this back here? Yeah.
There was all kinds of debris flying up.
I just said,
Yeah, for sure. We had a car a little bit loose. My liking for the race, not running onto it. But Moore gave me a pretty good part for the race, and we got better and better as the run went on. And for the end, when I looked up at how many laps left to go, I wish we had 50 more laps. So
I think one of those, come on, this is just a little longer. I mean, come on. So where is Denver, North Carolina?
it's actually 30 minutes north of Charlotte, so it's right on Lake Mahoney.
So everybody knows from Charlotte on down. Gracie Trotter, she actually, would you end up here? Fourth place? Fourth place. Awesome. Absolutely. Just out of the trail.
And we're just about ready for Jesse Love to climb on out of that automobile, celebrating third win of 2020 here in the ARCA Menards Series West. There we go. Get that flag back in that young man's hands. Jesse Love, the winner of tonight's EDOS 150.
Congratulations, Jesse, on your third win. But let's go back to those restarts. They were wild. You've had quite the battle, not only between the 9, but also your teammate, the 16. So talk about getting around those guys.
Yeah, just one of those things, desperation, I guess. You know, I mean, they drove me really hard. You know, I'm good with that. I was always, you know, brought up, race people, you know, how you want to race. So I kind of give it back to them and you know, race them and they race me. And just kind of one of those things, maybe just the place, I guess, that makes rough racing, I guess, you know. So I was cruising the whole race and I didn't touch my water bottle once. And then the last restart, I mean, about to fall over. I mean, I probably didn't breathe once the whole time. So had a great car. I know we need to work on for the next one to be even better. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really happy.
And moving forward to the next races, what more can you work on? You just mentioned hydration, so have you learned from that?
No, I mean, I drank like 2 gallons of water a day before the race. So I don't know, just one of those things where you're going so hard, you're not really breathing how you should be. And one of those things, that's what I can work on, is breathing more. So it's a hard race, and I'm super happy.
Congratulations on another win.
Thanks so much.
The runner-up.
Looks like an exhausted Jesse Love there, celebrating win number 3 of the 2020 season. Good to see some race fans in the stands here as well. I haven't seen that too often here throughout 2020, but good to see. As we sneak down and try to grab a word with our second place finisher, Blaine Perkins.
Yeah, maybe start on this fender, huh?
That's what they said. That was just awesome. A little longer than that. Going to keep it clean. Reaching out, you guys. Thank you.
All right, so we see the right front damage there on your car, Blaine. Tell us about some of those wild restarts. I know the 19 was pretty aggressive. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, he's aggressive, but you know what? It's a short track. Got to get all of it. I really felt like we had a chance to win that thing. It sucked we had to start on the outside there, that final restart. I think if it was roles reversed, I think we would have pulled away with the win. But overall, pretty good points day. We lost a little bit of ground to them, but not too bad, especially from where we started. We made a lot of changes for the race, and really proud of all the guys back at Sunrise Ford. Jeff Schrader, my crew chief, 4-star Fruit for helping me out, Reeves Complete Auto Care Center. We threw everything at it today, and to come away with a second and almost a win was pretty impressive.
Now, I heard you early on in the race. You guys seem to be saving just a little bit. Do you think you waited too long, and do you think it would have helped to go quicker to get ahead of the 19 to maybe miss some of the carnage?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you get track position at a short track or anywhere, it helps. But I think he was just a little bit faster than us on the longer run. I think I had a little bit better short run speed. So those final few restarts I was looking forward to, and then we just got hung up on the outside there, and really nothing much we could have done. Hopefully, wish we had one more lap, but I guess we'll take it. Thank you.
All right, congratulations to Blaine Perkins. There you see the battle scars on the nose of that automobile. Hard fought second place finish for our runner-up finisher here tonight, and also the driver second in the series standings. So do a little buffing and puffing on that automobile and get it ready to rock and roll the next time out here in the ARCA Menards West. See if we can also sneak down and grab a quick word with Gio Selzy, driver who matched his career best finish, third place here tonight.
You're okay. All right, Gio, I heard over the radio that you said you were frustrated and you don't race people like that, so just kind of talk me through the emotions going through your mind right now.
No, it is what it is. I mean, you have a 150-lap race and didn't have a scratch on the race car, and these guys' cars are beat to hell. So it is what it is. Just didn't race aggressive enough. I think you just got to move people out of the way, and that's what happened to me. So can't really complain about it. Just kind of got to pay it back.
You had Chris Eggleston helping you as your spotter. He's local here to this racetrack, a lot of experience. How much did he help you throughout the race, and what specific advice was he giving you? Yeah, honestly, all my guys. I mean, John has done a great job kind of grooming me from dirt to pavement, and having good spotters like Eric Holmes and Chris Eggleston helped me out. It helps me a ton, keeping me calm on the radio, which I did get a little bit fired up, but is what it is. We run third, and he won. So, yeah, that's the end of it. You're showing progress, though. You got to be happy with that, because I know earlier on in the season you were beating yourself up a little bit. Yeah, I think so. Obviously, when you get to the lead like that, you don't want to run third. But, yeah, it is what it is. I think I wish we could have had fans in the stands here. But thank you, Napa, all the people that came out with them, Curb Records, Toyota. It's cool to represent a team like this. We just got to win one. Thanks, Gio. Thank you, guys.
All right, that is a very competitive young man, our third-place finisher, Gio Selzy. You can tell he's happy to finish third, but not happy to finish third. There's team owner Bill McAnally there as well. Great Ineos 150 presented by Napa Auto Parts here tonight at Colorado National Speedway. Certainly appreciate you joining us here live on Track Pass and on NBC Sports. Until next time, folks, we will talk to you then. My name is Charlie Krall. Thanks so much for joining us. There you see Blaine Perkins trying to take away that win from Jesse Love. Not able to make it happen. Congratulations to Jesse Love, your winner at tonight's Ineos 150 presented by Napa Auto Parts. For everybody here at Track Pass, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you next time. Until then, so long, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, definitely,